Yo, what's going on? So today we are going to be testing out a fishing method that I feel like is forgotten in the game because I never hear people talking about it, and the method is Infernal Eels. Now, I know the requirements are kind of high, but once you see the results, you can judge for yourself whether or not you think it's worth it. But what you'll need is 80 fishing, a fire cape, ice gloves, a hammer, an oily fishing rod, and fishing bait. It's also good if you have the angler's outfit so you can get that 2.5% XP boost, but it's not extremely important if you don't have it. The oily fishing rod is an item that you get from the Hero's Quest, so you'll need to have that done as well. And if you don't have the rod after the quest or you lost it or something, I'll put the directions up on screen now of how you can get another one. The fishing spots are located in More Ol Rec, and the easiest way to get to the gate is using fairy ring code BLP or using the minigames teleport through the Tazar fight pit. If it's your first time going to More Ol Rec, then you'll need to show them your fire cape to get in. A lot of people get confused by this, but you do not lose your fire cape. You just gotta show them that you have it, and then you'll be able to go in forever and you'll never have to show it again. When you get into More Ol Rec, there's 3 fishing spots, but you want to go to the spot all the way in the southeast because it has 3 spawns there while the others only have 1 or 2, meaning that there sometimes won't be anything to fish, whereas with the southeastern spot there will always be at least 1 spawn to fish. But we're going to go ahead and test this out for 1 hour and see how much GP and XP we'll get from it. And keep in mind that I have 99 fishing, so if you have a lower level, then your rates will be slightly lower. So one of the benefits of doing this method over a more traditional method like monks or lobs is that you don't have to bank. Once you get a full inventory of infernal eels, you can use your hammer on an eel and it'll automatically start slowly chipping away at all the eels in your inventory. You can also spam click back and forth between the eels and the hammer to get the inventories done really fast. But in the end, it's all down to personal preference on how AFK you want the method to be. When you use the hammer on the eels, they'll usually turn into 10 to 20 tokel, but they also have a 1 in 16 chance to turn into an onyx bull tip, or a 1 out of 12 chance to turn into 1 to 5 lava scale shards. And the average amount of lava scale shards you'll be getting per eel is about 0.33 over the course of time. I want to talk a little bit more about the lava scale shards. So this fishing method is extremely important for late game hardcore and ultimate Ironman because besides getting lava scales from lava dragons, this is the only other way to get lava scale shards in the game, which are necessary for making extended anti-fire potions. Lava dragons are pretty deep in the wilderness and they're a PK hotspot, so this is a slower but safe method to get them. You're going to get a lot of tokel from these guys, which is untradeable, but the typical exchange rate is calculated based on the price of chaos runes as the cheapest way to obtain tokel. So for the final price check, we're going to go by the exchange rate to chaos runes, which at the time of making this video means that each tokel is worth about 12.13 GP each. But that is going to be the end of the hour right here, so before we do anything else, let's go ahead and take a look at the XP that we got. So 1 hour of fishing infernal eels got us 36.5k XP. And like I said before, I have level 99 fishing, so if your level is lower, then you'll probably get less XP. Let's also do a quick price check before we sell everything off at the GE. So without adding the cost of the tokel in, the straight up value of the tradable items is just over 200k. Also, during the hour, we ended up fishing 376 eels based on the amount of fishing bait that we have left, but I'm not going to bother factoring the cost of the fishing bait in because it costs next to nothing. So the GP that we got from selling the items is just over 200k as expected, and now we'll add in the value of the tokel as GP. And again, each tokel is worth 12.13 GP, so we'll multiply that by 5,379, the amount of tokel, and it comes out to 65,247 GP, which we'll add on now and do this one final price check. And the total final loot is about 267k from the 1 hour of fishing infernal eels. What I always like to do at the end of these types of videos is give away any profit that was made during the hour to someone who's working hard in free-to-play. Because the GP that I might make in 1 hour could take over 10 hours of time for someone in free-to-play. So fishing infernal eels in the end depends on how AFK you want your fishing training to be. This may be a good method to use when mobile comes out because it requires minimal clicking since you don't have to bank and it's so AFK. One more thing I want to put in perspective is that if you do this method for 1 hour a day for 14 days, you'll earn enough money for a bond and be able to maintain membership this way. But that is going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed, and I do hope that this guide was able to help you out. Also, I'm currently posting every single day at 9 AM Pacific Standard Time, so if you want to stay up to date on the videos and see more from me, then please subscribe to the channel. It really does help out a lot. But with that being said, I just want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again tomorrow.